in IELTS writing test too, there is a common question type is agree, disagree. So most of the student face the problem what they should do. So you have three options here. Either you totally agree or you totally disagree. There is another option, you can partially agree and partially disagree. So these are the options you really have when answering this question. This question I have taken from Cambridge 19, the latest book of Cambridge. So see, the question is the working week should be shorter and workers should have a longer weekend. It is all about the time the worker or the people those who are doing the job, about their time outside of their job. So they are saying the working week should be shorter. So maybe in your place there are 5 days working week. In some places there are 6 days working week, and some countries are really trying to make it short. Maybe they want to make it 4, even some countries try to make it 3. That is working week we are talking about. And they said workers should have a longer weekend. So if it is 5, they are getting 2 days weekend. If it is 6, they are getting 1 day weekend. So they want to make it longer. Maybe if it is 2, they want to make it 3. If it is 1, they want to make it 2, or even maybe 3. So that's the question they want you to resolve. And they said, do you agree or disagree? So do you really agree that the the days workers are working maybe for 5 or 6 days, do you want it to make it shorter, maybe 2-3 days, 4 days? And do you want them to get more free time, more weekend, more holiday, right? So see, if you agree, you're gonna say yes, I really want some kind of rules so that workers don't need to work more. So it is about, do you want the workers to work more or less, right? More or less. Look at it. That's what you need to resolve. If you want them to work more, you disagree, right? You will talk about, no, I don't think they should make it shorter. I want them to give it or keep it as it is, or even make it, maybe if they're working for 5 days, make it 6. If they're working for 6 days, make it 7, right? You want them to work more. Or if you want them to work less, then you're going to say, no, I don't, maybe I agree with this, right? I agree with this. Yes, I want them to work less. Maybe you want them to work for only 3 days. You want them to have the weekend for 4 days, like that. So these are the things. Or you can say, okay, I partially agree, or say, for some people, look at it, think about it, right? It's a very interesting discussion. You can say, no, I partially agree. I want some people to work for maybe 5 days. For some people, I want them to work for 4 days. Some other people, I want them to work for maybe 3 days, right? So what's the problem here? What's the problem here? What you really should do? Do you really need to go for directly agree, directly disagree, or you go for some middle portions, some middle positions, right? This is the problem you need to solve. So first thing first, my answer is you should either directly agree or you should directly disagree. In my writing score, when I got 8.5, right, I also got the same types of question, agree or disagree. I directly disagreed with them. I can still remember, and got 8.5 out there. See, why is it? So here, if we give it little bit of, see, just think about it. Think about a little bit. Here they're saying agree or disagree. What they're saying? They're saying agree or disagree, right? Let me erase a bit, you'll see. They're saying agree or disagree, nothing else. Agree or disagree. Let me give you some examples. I'll try to give you two types of things. One is logical, another one is factual. In the factual section, we'll look into IELTS brand descriptors, but let's look at the logical stuffs. First up, I have taken you to a room and give you some situation. In situation number 1, I have given you, there's a Coke, and I have given you 7-Up. In situation number 2, I have done the same thing. I have given you Coke, I have given you 7-Up. But in the first situation, I said or. In the second situation, I said and. See, when I have said or, do you have, please write in the comment section, do you have the opportunity to choose both now? Can you choose both Coke, 7-Up, or you need to choose just one? Either you choose Coke or you choose 7-Up. What will you choose? Just write. If one, then write one. If you can choose this, just write scenario number 1. What will you do? You choose 2 or you choose 1? Write it in the comment box. In scenario number 1, what will you do? Choose 1 or choose 2? Let's go for scenario 2. Here, they're saying Coke and 7-Up. Now, do you have the option to choose just one, or you must choose both? What will you do in scenario number 2? 1 or 2? Write down. I'm gonna give you the answer in a few minutes, but write it down. In scenario number 1, what will you do? 1, choose 1 or choose 2? In scenario number 2, what will you do? Choose 1 or choose 2? Logical factor is you can't really do both in this situation. You either choose Coke or you choose 7-Up. Scenario number 2, you don't have the option to choose one. You must choose both because there is and. So generally, agree disagree question, you will get or. Or means you can't do both. You either agree or you disagree. There's a logical fact and there is a factual explanation here. Let's go. This is the band descriptors. If you don't have any idea about the band descriptors, writing task 2, this is the thing teacher will gonna look at before they give you the score, and they will gonna score in 4 criteria. One is task response, then coherence, lexical resource, and finally the grammar. These are the 4 criteria teacher will going to give you the score, and you can see they have properly described what kind of things you need to do to get 9, get 8, and all the way bottom to maybe 2 and 1. So let's not go into that. Let's start with the 6. In 6, okay, let's start with the 5. Things will get more clear for you. Even if you don't want to get 5, it will make things clear for you. First thing first, see, the writer expresses positions, but the development is not always clear. In 4, see, a position is describable, but the reader has to read it carefully to find it. In 3, no relevant position can be identified. So your position is not relevant. No relevant position can be identified. So your position is not relevant, right? You are not maybe saying, do you agree or disagree? In 6, they're saying a position is presented. So you have given the positions, right? What is it for 7? A clear position is presented. So there's a difference between, one is a position is presented, but the 6, but if you want to get more than 6, then your position need to be very clear. If you say, okay, I little bit agree, I little bit disagree, your position is not really clear, means you won't get 7. So these are the very small things students are missing here, right? They're all like 1, 2, 3 for every criteria. There are 3 options you need to maintain. So when we teach our student in the private batch, what do? We try to check their reading, check their writing copy in that manner. Like, did you maintain this one? Did you maintain this? Did you maintain this one? It's very difficult to cover all of them, but this is very important. Your position is very clear when you have written your writing. So the next time when you do the agree disagree questions, you either directly agree or you directly disagree. If you agree, you don't need to write anything about disagree. If you disagree, you don't need to write anything about agree. Means if you agree in whole of your writing, in the whole writing, intro, body 1, body 2, conclusion, in your whole writing, you will just talk about agree. If you disagree in your whole writing, you will just talk about disagree. So your position will be very clear. So try to do that. It will be very helpful for you if you can maintain this, and also will help you to get a better score. Thank you very much for watching. Maybe if you don't subscribe our channel, do the subscribe. If you want to take our one-on-one personal care course, you can also contact us through our WhatsApp, through our messenger. You can also leave a comment out there. Thank you. See you in the next one. Goodbye till then.